as we wrap up National Homeownership Month, Tiffany Johannes is the general manager and broker in charge for RE/MAX Executive. She's here to join me this morning to have a very important conversation. How are you, Tiffany?
Doing great, thank you.
Of course. Look, home ownership is such an important, I think, milestone and step in everybody's lives. Now, with what we've seen I wouldn't even say the last year, I would say probably the last 5 to 7 years, ups and downs, interest rates, this and that. What are sellers and buyers today looking at when it comes to the market?
Sellers are needing to be a little more strategic in their pricing, and buyers are starting to have a little more time to make decisions because we have more inventory on the market than we have since October of 2018.
So given that there's more inventory on the market and sellers need to be smarter, what type of concessions are we seeing now when it goes into maybe enticing a buyer to make that plunge and be able to purchase that home?
A lot of sellers are looking at ways to provide closing costs so that the buyers can buy down their interest rates some to give them a little more flexibility and buying power.
Now, everybody always has a little bit of a confusion when they go into the purchasing realm and they say, well, I'm pre-qualified or I'm pre-approved. Give me the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved, and which one will work better for a buyer?
Pre-approval definitely is the king of those two. And when you're looking at it, pre-qualification, they might have talked to the lender, they might have pulled a credit score, they might have given a few facts. Pre-approval is they've really gone through underwriting, they've really checked their income, they've seen the documents, their tax returns, and that they know that they're fairly confident they're going to get the mortgage. So pre-approval is definitely what you want to look at from a buyer's perspective so you don't lose money, and from a seller's perspective so you know the person's serious. It's
a turnkey situation when it's pre-approved, where you're still kind of having to jump through some hoops when you're pre-qualified. I want to ask you this. Look, everybody says location, location, location. That's where they want their home. That's where they want to buy it. You fell in love with a beautiful house here or there, but sometimes that falling in love with that beautiful location or that beautiful home may be a detriment. What advice can you give to people that maybe should steer away from just being married to that hot spot they wanted?
I would say the goal is home ownership and to build equity and to build wealth. Perhaps you want to look a little bit further outside of where you originally thought you wanted to be if price point is an issue for you.
Now, there are different ways that people can get some help also to be able to secure their first home. Talk to me a little bit about some loan options and some assistance programs out there that can help first-time homebuyers specifically be able to secure that loan and that home.
A lot of first-time homebuyers think they need to have 20% down. That is a complete myth. We have VA programs, which are 100%. There are other specialty programs that are 100% financing. Then you have FHA, which is 3.5% down payment. And right now in our local MLS, over 80% of the homes have down payment assistance options tied directly to them that your realtor can see when they log into our listing system.
Now, look, I know everybody has their dream house, 6 bedrooms, 7 bedrooms, multiple bathrooms, everything you want. But how important is it? And you hear this term kicked around everywhere. Your not your forever home, your starter home.
Right.
How important is it to find that starter home that may not exactly be your forever home and what you want?
Right. Every year you're renting, you're not building wealth, you're not building equity, you're building it for your landlord. So finding that place where you can balance it out and get into the game allows you to get to that next level with the down payment. As you appreciate and you build equity and you build wealth, you can stair step into the homes that you'd like to see yourself in long term.
So maybe start with a townhome, a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, then eventually build into something bigger. I want to put your information up on the screen so people know more about you, and of course give you a follow on Facebook. Last but not least, I have about 10 seconds left. It's daunting. A lot of money for a house. What do you tell a first-time home buyer?
Make sure you strategically start thinking about it early. Start saving your money so that you can make the right decisions. Speak to a realtor, get an expert advisor who can guide and counsel you through the process. Doing it alone never gets you exactly what you need in terms of financing and numbers.
You're never alone here on QC Life. We're a community. We're all together, and we're here to help you out. Time to